where like having the brush density here actually kind of like, you know, like not setting it to maximum it does like helps me you know, actually go for the fucking helps me actually sketch as opposed to what I usually do with my sketches where it's just line art but like not as good. It's because it's hard to eat ass with a beak. That's fair. That's fair. Not impossible, just difficult. The star gets me into peer pressures in terms of getting into games. You'll never get him into a gotcha game using peer pressure. This applies to anime as well. You're more or less correct. Welcome on, Rich. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I wish I could get into certain games, like, because also welcome on in Maddie. Glad to have you. Give me a shout out for not Maddie here. Here, let me go and get the shout out for it's Rough and Rowdy TV. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Which is Maddie and Maddie's partner's stream. How you holding up? I'm currently in the process of trying to. Oh, I also forgot to close out Telegram. Let me do that real quick. I'm doing good. Glad to hear it. I am very eepy. It's been an eepy Friday. What am I looking at? It is so I have a redeem where I turn people into orbs, and I'm going to turn this friend here, Sorrel, into an orb. They will be orbified. Wait, I love it. Yeah, it's something silly and like they're like what I have one of the redeems the spin where like it shows like it'll show a random orb. I need to actually add a ton of people's orbs to that redeem. But yeah, it's just like a silly little thing I can do for people. Let's see. Because like you know, this originally was just like, oh, I want to do something silly for people. Let's see. Ends up kind of being here. I'm probably just gonna have to like max size it and then just like hide it intermittently. Okay. But no, hopefully everyone's week's been going well. It is it's not you know, it's Friday, finally Friday. Which this weekend I'm gonna get to do something relatively rare, and I'm actually gonna be able to like just relax. I definitely have a bad habit of giving myself like way too much to do. So let's see. If I compare it to what's going on here. Although I'm looking at the eyes and I'm like, those eyes aren't right. Here. We live relaxation for the Borb. It really is amazing. Like, it's weird going back to a piece that you've done because like now I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's so many issues because the eyes aren't correct. Here. Okay, let's start with eyes and beak shape. It's got very much like that rounded beak going on. Eyes are a bit more angular. Welcome on in, Dusky. Glad to have you, Sweeping. Do you shout for Sour Dusk? How you holding up? Okay. I'm good at working on comms. Ooh, I didn't realize you take commissions. Is it for 2D art or because I know you also do model work? Yeah, you do retextures? Okay. I'll probably need to like reach out to you at some point because like I do need to get like a you know at some point I need to get a bunch of like various like you know bases kind of retextured to be my burb retextures avatar stuff VTubers. Once either me, Ambrose, or Erratic Phoenix complete a ref for my Sona, I'll be sure to ask for a Borb. Of course. Welcome on in, Embellis. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. My comments are basically always open. I'll definitely keep you in mind. I think the big thing is like, because like with this model, I have the goggles and the lab coat and the pendant, which are all like separate items. And the biggest part of it, like that I struggled with in terms of like trying to work with models myself is getting these elements refitted to like, you know, for different builds. Okay, Beak's really curved down. Cries in blender rigging. Oh yeah, that's beyond my skill set, unfortunately. Unfortunate. But no, like, because it is like, you know, I guess it's like, you know, there's still like the underlying stuff. The like the pen and the goggles are fine. The lab coat now, that's understandable. I could probably do without the lab coat, honestly. Also, the mounting link to non-fizz bones isn't too bad. I don't lab coat weight painting crying. I mean, there's no fizz bones in. I don't remember if my tits have fizz bones. I genuinely forgotten. I want to say they have fizz bones. It's less fizz bones, more the fact that it's affected by multiple bones. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, so it's more like a straight line going on. It's like, yeah, I see. I see. Necklace and the goggles you can kind of just scale and it won't break, but yeah, painting for multiple bones is beyond my skills too. I've tried. What? It might. I honestly, it might be worth just like not having the lab coat as a hard requirement then, because it does sound like that's like a going to be like a recurrent, you know, issue. There you go. This is a skill I've yet to acquire. I mean, it should be a motivation for me to learn though. Need to work on stuff for ferality. That's fair. I'm probably not going to be going to ferality this year. It's just like you know, I feel like if I'm gonna go into VR chat, I'm gonna like plan something out like with friends as like its own bespoke thing rather than like going as part of like an event. Well, like you know, if you're going to Ferality, that's awesome. Let's see. Something kind of like that. Because I guess it ends up being like kind of like a very sharp curve, so. When is Ferality? Is that next week? There we go. I like that shape. That's a good shape. It's a good shape for a beak. Admittedly, I think I need to probably like scooch it into place more. Just as I'm looking at it, it's like, Pokemon and Fine Point. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Who's the orb? Today's orb is Sorrel. They are a fellow bird. Okay, let me study beak shape. Let's see. It's kind of like a square, and then it's got the triangle at the tip. Let's see. Yeah, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, I swear to God, like I need to probably like make it a habit of like doing more warm-ups right before I like actually start trying to do art again, because like I feel like I need to just do like shape studies. Let's see. I hate it. I just saw Final Fantasy XI's having a sale for 67%. That's pretty good. I'm not acknowledging the number. If you don't acknowledge the number, it can't hurt you. Let's see. Something kind of like that. It's like it's a little bit less sharp than that for sure, but like some kind of like you. Why do I have such a weird, like, inconsistent style? Welcome on to Slow Panic. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Was everyone's favorite Final Fantasy? By the way, mine is Final Fantasy 9. I've never played a single Final Fantasy game. Mine is 7, though 9 is my second. Also, welcome on to Slow Panic. How you doing, Sweet Bean? Dun, 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 dun. The only one I played is 15, so I guess that one. Which is funny, because if memory serves, Final Fantasy 15 is, like, famously garbage. I'm making sangria for tonight's Tink Tink. Nice! Hell yeah. Get you like a nice relaxing evening with the Tink Tink. But no, like if memory serves, isn't like Final Fantasy 15's ending so bad? I thought it was a pretty good game, to be honest. Well, I think the big thing with Final Fantasy 15 is like the ending is bad because they were planning on making the ending like the game's base ending was supposed to be like the bad ending, and then they're gonna DLC in good ending later. And then people hated the game so much that it never got the good ending. Final Fantasy 15 is too rough if you think about it too much. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't focus too much on the plot, kind of unmemorable. That's fair. 15 had an awful development cycle, and it shows. Let's see. Again, it's 3 a.m. I sent you a Piss Girl reference I saw, but like I don't like turn-based RPGs. I don't really like them either. I think like the big thing is like if it's got like turn-based RPG, I need to have something to do during enemy turns, or else the ability to just skip turns. Because like dude, 13.2 is so good you just need to ignore the endings. Isn't I know Final Fantasy, I know 13 is also infamously kind of like very hit and miss. I sent you a Piss Girl reference I saw. Hold up, what is this? What the fuck? What is the context for this? Ah, Mr. Gardner. Looks like you're letting out sighs instead of pee today, huh, Piss Girl? What is the context for this? This is one of those mangas that's definitely just porn. Girl is pissed on him twice. Fascinating. But Starky, you're a nerd. You have to love turn-based RPGs. I really don't. It's like, I can understand... I just find them so repetitive. I think it's like my big issue. Because like the only JRPG I had really like experienced for a while was like Pokemon, which technically qualifies, I think. But nothing that I need lately. I hate the way you're making me think. The moment that I wake up and when I go to sleep, I need my DOPAMINE. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da. To be fair, it's no queef. Shut the fuck up. But you played E33. That's supposed to be the gateway into turn-based. I mean, like, I enjoyed Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It's because there's like an element of skill to it aside from like, you know, your turn. Like it's not just like planing and like resolving like actions. And like I'm aware that to some degree I am also like engaging with, I'm probably like engaging with like I'm probably not being fair to the degree to which I am engaging with RPGs. Because a lot of times I look at them and I'm just like, well, just grind, you know? And I think that's kind of why like I enjoyed like Fire Emblem, is because like the map, like Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, the map design was really good. Da 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 na 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 na. But no, like the map design was really good. So like it was constantly like, you know, it was like it was a constantly like giving a different you know, approach. You know, you're constantly being challenged in the way that you want to approach the hot take. I think Paper Mario 64 is better than the Thousand Year Door. I don't think I played 64. Da -da 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 -da. It's something like that. Yeah, there we go. But I have an even spicier Mario hot take. His 64 was before Nintendo owning times, I think. No, we had a Nintendo 64. I played the fuck out of the Nintendo 64. Mario Partners in Time is miles better than Bowser's Inside Story. I did not play Partners in Time, but I feel like I would be hard-pressed to agree with you because Bowser's Inside Story is really, really, really fucking good. Super Mario 64 I meant. That's fair. Beak. What's funny about Bowser's Inside Story is that it's both the best-selling and worst-selling Mario and Luigi game. Well, that's because the dipshits remade the fucking game on the same console that it was already available on. Welcome on, Nakamura. I'm glad I was sweeping. I actually cannot think of like I cannot think of a fucking I cannot meaningfully think of a like a remake that was as poorly handled as the Bowser's Inside Story remake was. Like it actually is like a bottom of the barrel. Like they fucked up every decision along the way. Is Bowser's Inside Story good, or is it just furry vor propaganda? It's both. It's both. It's both of those things. It's genuinely like an extremely well put together, fun game that's like appropriately balanced. It also is just filled to the fucking brim with kink material. Because it's not just the vor game. It's also the weight gain game, the inflation game, arguably the hypnosis game. We never get kinks despite the media I grew up with. Me who never gets kinks. I don't believe you. Since we're talking Nintendo, they're finally adding Donkey Kong 64 to online, and I'm ecstatic. Hell yeah. You could definitely sneak vor propaganda past me. Never in a million years would I hear that correctly. Luigi's Mansion and Kirby's Epic Yarn were also handled really terribly as they were released on a dead console after the Switch released. Kirby's Epic Yarn remake removed features like multiplayer. What? That's fucking bonkers. What the? I did not know about that. But, you know, like, there's an honest to God, like, there's a weight gain scene that is, like, extremely kink-coded in Bowser's Inside Story. So anyways, that suffice it to say, Bowser's Inside Story fundamentally rewrote my brain chemistry. Okay. Beak done. But like what is it with Nintendo? Like Nintendo refuses to release their games. Like I I actually am surprised to some degree that Nintendo hasn't fallen into the ocean. In terms of like the shit that they pull, like having a out like untoward fucked up like impact. Wait, wasn't the GTA 3 remake much worse than the Bowser's Inside Story remake? I don't know shit about the Grand Theft Auto. I played Grand Theft Auto 4 a little bit. That's like the extent of my knowledge of Grand Theft Auto. Okay, I need to... Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, this needs to go down. Actually, I'm in the sketch layer. What the fuck? I could just erase it and put it back later.
Rats, rats.
What's up, Chris?
Where the rats?
I'd like to give the crown to worst remake to Warcraft 3 Reforged.
That actually probably deserves it. That probably is... Hey, Starky, what's the otter stereotype again? Slutty bottom. I'm sorry, Otter Sonas. That is your stereotype. Basically the same stereotypes as Fox, but higher energy. I do like how fucking anything else or just that? I mean that's the big thing. I do kind of like how you could tell how pissed you know, like the fact that in the re-release of Warcraft 3 Reforged, they re-added the ability for like people to, you know, add their own games, but specifically like they're like, yeah, they felt so fucking, they're like, we can't have another Dota situation where like, you know, there's a massively successful you know, game that spawns off of, you know, Warcraft 3 and that they don't capitalize on it. Let's see. Because you got glasses going on. Okay, so the glasses are like on the bridge above where the... I also probably need to fuck around with the eye shape a little bit. Because the eye shape is kind of particular. What's the difference between alligator and crocodile sonas actually? I mean, okay, that's one of those things where it's like the difference between... I'm actually, to be fair, there are like immediately noticeable physiological differences besides, like, you know, because the thing with crows and ravens is that like their biggest difference is mostly just like a size difference thing, which is like, you know, like when you anthropomorphize them, like size becomes like a little bit less of a consideration when like it comes to like, oh, it's like this is what species it is. Croxonas are not Florida favored. There we go. Croxonas are not Florida favored. What is Florida favored? Meh. You're not incorrect. There we go. Here, since the I made them significantly wider, let me go and tone them down in size just a little bit. Slightly grumpy burb. Burb of mild grump variety. Like, not to go there, but Florida man is obviously because they let him cook. I mean, the meth capital of the United States is like Indiana. It's like, you know, we got too much meth here. We got truly in excess of the stuff. Kaza keeps telling me I should not go back in time to save Archduke Franz Ferdinand preventing World War I, but he's not convincing on it not being a good idea. I mean, what's the utility for you know, killing Archduke Franz Ferdinand? World War I? There we go. I'm liking this so far. I think I like the angry eyes, but I think like round them out just a little bit. Just a little bit so that way they're not like uber angry. Welcome on to Ruffles. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. I want them I want them to be like slightly different shapes. Welcome on to Pork King. Good to have you. How are you holding up? Just look a little grumpy.
Rats, we're rats.
What's up, Chris?
We're the rats.
The boys are back, 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 the boys are back.
Chris, are you okay? Vibin' dude, been messing with OBS stuff, a little snazzy, to do a test stream this week. Ooh, hopefully that goes smoothly for you.
BTW Starky, your future self told me you need to go back in time to stop future you from ordering pizza for breakfast. Will you do it?
I don't order pizza for breakfast ever. I'll eat leftover pizza if it's like leftover from the night before for breakfast, but like I don't order pizza specifically for breakfast. I'm not the big fan of breakfast pizzas either. It's kind of a weird non sequitur. It's like you don't even know me. Are pizza places open for breakfast? Not typically. I leftover cake for breakfast for a birthday party, but not food I'd have for lunch. Call me unemployed, but who the fuck has time to, or wakes up for breakfast? I mean, I don't. Here. There we go. Does a cereal bar count as breakfast? I mean, like, I wake up and I throw some like hash browns in the like air fryer, and that's breakfast. I'll like pour myself a coffee, and that, you know, that just about covers me. Okay, so you're relatively clean shaven. Don't really got a hat. You got a pointy head though, which I think does mean that I need to probably go about like, you know, shrinking these features a little bit, so that way, like, we can make room for your head. Did you be willing to no questions asked prevent stuff that never happened? Me, I like making I like making time to eat before I go to work. It's just like honestly that's I am impressed, and also like how I wake up in the morning and I want to die, and I'm like, the less time I feel like I want to die, the better. So I just sleep until like I literally like the last possible moment. Here. When I was employed, I woke up in the morning and cried before work. Ain't no time for food. Hashtag boy the concept of lunch. Boycott the concept of lunch. I've always been an early bird, so it helps to be productive with little things for me in the moment I wake up. Evening is for snoozing. I am very much a night owl. I think, like, left to my own devices, I end up waking up at noon and going to bed at, like, 4 in the morning. Okay, this is a good shape. I like this shape. It's very shape. I gotta round it out, though. Oh, think of the stretch and the hydrate. Also, I think, to be fair, part of this is, like, I need to probably, like, move the... Here. Everyone lives differently, so I can't say how and when people should eat, you know? Unless it's eating hot Cheetos for every meal of the day. Let's welcome on Suda. Glad to have you, Sweeping. No, I prepare, like, I spend my weekends preparing good meals for me to eat throughout the week. It's just, like, when it comes to, like, in the morning, at best, I'm gonna reheat something. At worst, I'm gonna fucking, like, grab, like, a granola bar or something. Here.
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats.
Just a crisp?
Lunch is such.
Lunch is such? Okay. Okay, I believe you. Here.
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats.
Some crisp?
Lunch is such a scam, like we have to give workers at least 30 minutes of a break during the day. They could be making us more money and slaving away. I can't believe the ridiculous workers' rights law this country has. Like, who the fuck needs this social bullshit?
Okay, Jeffrey Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos. Gooning. Grim, why are you like this? Can you show for Grim for being a creature? Is that a 6-7 emote? Dog. You know what? You know what? I can do this. Here. You know, there's many arts that I feel like we've lost through the decades, and one that I feel like in particular has been lost, especially in recent times due to like dialectic changes, is in fact the art of goon, the art of gooning, of being a goon, of true evil. I feel like the art of like an evil character, and then they just have like mindless, you know, creatures that do their bidding. I feel like that in particular is like a concept has gotten lost in the infinite expanse of like the ever-changing vocabulary of like the modern day person. We need to bring back a goon as like, you know, like we need to bring back a goon in Minion to the true meaning of like being this, you know, pure evil entity that acts on behalf of someone else. There you go. That's what you wanted, right? But also, I actually like that. Unironically, I do kind of feel like the art of the pure evil villain has been kind of lost. I miss being someone's henchman. It's okay. Well, it's okay. You can be my henchman, Grim. We'll sit you down for goon classes. Juggy, that was beautiful. I goon salute you. What the fuck is that emo? What is this emo? What is that fucking emo? Holy shit. You ever look at an emo and you're like, there's no way this survives. There's no way. There's no way very much jerk survives. This will get nuked. It is not a matter of if, but what matter of when. Goon got weird. Henchman is kind of sexist, and minions only bring to mind those yellow things. We need either a new word to take back Goon. I guess like the best word nowadays would be drone. You sound like this is your first time on Twitch. I mean, to be fair, I still get flabbergasted with the shit some people like are like, you know. I look at that and I'm like, that's, you know. That's wild. It's wild because it's like I look at that and I'm like, this is gonna get removed, 100%. Some people just play with fire when it comes to like, you know, their emotes and channel. No, it looks it's giving pineapple. I think I missed whatever cursed emote happened. It's okay, it's still in chat. You graduated, now you have your own henchman. Drone has a lot of fetish connotations though, although I doubt your mind. It's the best we've got. What, like, okay. Like, every like, instance of, like, you know, like, evil organization. Like, you know? Every instance of it's been, like, co-opted. Minion, it's the fucking, like, talking about cursed emotes. Yeah, minions got fucking co-opted by the fucking yellow things. Also, yes, in Bellis, I did that emote did get approved. It's fucking unreadable. I'll probably remove it at some point, but it's funny for now. Hear me out, lackeys. Okay, lackeys still carries with it the original connotation. I'm willing to accept that. Wait, did that emote make it through? Yep. Here. Oh, I've already had one person be like, "What the fuck is this, Starky?" Jesus fucking Christ! What have I done? Who is she? Even when larger, that got approved, by the way. I thought there was a very solid chance they'd be like they'd just be like, no, this is denied. This is not comprehensible. It's a spilled coffee. It's spilled coffee. They spilled the coffee. We got coffee, fresh coffee. Who wants a coffee? I got coffee.
Rats, we're rats.
What's up, Crisp?
We're the rats.
What if you were having fun watching Droop Out but found out they did a collab with the propaganda show The Rookie?
Having fun watching Dropout? I mean, Sam Reich is very cognizant of like the emotional appearance or like the I would be more surprised. I would be like Sam is doing something, especially after the most recent episode of Don't Wake Standards and Practices, which is so fucking funny, by the way. They did a collab with a rookie. I'd believe it. I assume that there's like some bit. They're like it's part of like a bit. It wouldn't surprise me if it's part of the like if they're secretly doing another 3 years later. I love the way the screams are being remixed. I've like grown relatively numb to the dumb. Here's the thing: it's like when you all you put in the queue is dumb shit. I don't fucking care anymore. It's like it's all so much noise. What's 3 years later, or like I guess it's like 1 year later. It was like they were given a series of tasks and given a year to complete it. So like there's a theory that like because like they had a crossover with Don't Hug Me I'm Scared somewhat recently. Wait, maybe hold up. I think I might have cooked. You are the ocean's gray waves, destined to seek life beyond the shore, just out of reach. And yet the wonders ever change, flowing like time. The path is yours to climb. Yeah, but this collab is an episode of The Rookie with the Game Changers cast playing themselves, I think. The Game Changers doesn't really have a like it's okay. Game Changers casting is a little bit weird because they're all independent comedians that just want to be regulars. Then like Vic, then unless it specifically acknowledges Dropout, I would be surprised, Right, it does? Okay, does it say X of Dropout fame, or does it say Dropout collaboration? They go on the show stage, of the show during the episode. Okay, interesting. I'm sure there's something for it. Didn't Adam Conover take an AI advert thinking his audience would know better before realizing it hurt his credibility? It's like, yeah, to some degree, they're not immune to some dumb shit. And to some degree, I actually if the theory is correct that it is a case of they're doing it for the 1 year later challenge. It's one of those things where he's Sam's kind of fucked if he does or does not do it. So because it's someone it's someone else doing so at the behest of the he like it's ceding control of the game changer's name at the behest of someone else as part of a challenge. Of lies, a familiar disguise. Sing with me a song of... Huh, that board looks familiar. Yeah, it's Sorrel. The cracks beneath its weight, the breaks through the gloom. Oh. Serve stone, lost in thoughts, all alone. Okay, let's do the rest sheet again. Here. Yeah, so the trailer's blatantly game changers. Sends you to for reviewing displeasure. I'll be honest with you, I would prefer if we just not have this conversation. I'm okay talking about like controversial topics, but it's some welcome on in, Corvic. What up, yeah? Perfect timing. Welcome on in. For those who don't know, I'm StarkyMorph, get chaos on the internet. Variety streamer live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 at PBSD. Mostly I play indie games. However, for the last 2.5 years, I've been learning some bars. So if you'd like to see that, feel free to stick around. But how was Observation Duty 8? How are you enjoying that? Well, seeing mine underneath is funny. Oh, you mean, okay, yeah. Because I use previous orbs as a template for so I've been using yours, we observe. I've been using yours as like the template because you're the most recent bird I did. How are you doing, Corvid? How's Observation Duty 8? But also, welcome on Kraron, Razorblade Flamingo. Glad to have you, Sweet Beans. It was good. I love those games. They're like very, very goofy. They definitely also like do jump scare me sometimes. You were not good. You were naughty. I'm a very well-behaved bird, I'll have you know. We actually beat all the levels we did today. Welcome to Fluffy Lombacks. Let have you, Sweet Bean. Here. Free transform. You are... Oh, hold up. Wrong layer. Stunned to seek life beyond the shore, just out of reach. It was a decidedly unsexy vor. Oh, I believe it. The only sexy thing in the Observation Duty games is Big Man. We love Big Man. Shin's gray waves. It was no, not a good begin to be. Half of what you think of me, I would do. This is one of those things where it's like I to some degree have to make concessions to like the nature of like how the head is shaped. The way you use next. Oh, is this Sorrel? Yeah, it is. About anything, I could even learn how to love like you. Here. You know, we're turning Sorrel into an orb. It's a little bit difficult because it's a very vertical design. So like I've never actually like had as much struggles with this as I am right now. Something kind of like that. Be bad. I'm sure that it's true. Cause Sorbel here. And I'm nothing like you. What did you know? Just adore you. I wish that I could. So I looked into the dropout stuff. Sam basically said it was a too big of a chance to show to a wider audience, and he understands fans being upset though. Yeah, that makes sense. Because it's like, here. There is, like, if I got the chance to, like, collab with, like, the Burnt Peanut, I'm not going to turn that down. You know, it's not the same style as, like, what I'm doing. And I would understand if people would be like, Starky, that's fucking weird. Like, that's not at all your vibe. But, like, it's such a big opportunity that, like, I couldn't turn it down, and it wouldn't bring people who are actively hateful into the space. That's like, is like, you know, I would turn down like a collab with like Asmongold or XQC because their communities are genuinely hateful. But like the Burnt Peanut, it's like his fan base is like weird. Like there's some weird shit going on there for sure, but like it's not like overtly hateful. Peanut gives me the same vibe as Annoying Orange, and I can't explain why. It's because it's literally the same thing as what Annoying Orange was. It The reason why is because it's the same thing that the other thing is. I feel like I keep turning you into the Coneheads from that one comedy movie. Those two are well, one is a hateful grifter who literally lives with roaches, and the other is just an annoying loser. Yeah. It's like I think the major difference is like I think I could find common ground with the Burnt Peanut. I feel like there's no way I'd do that with like XQC. The movie with Coneheads, what was it called again? I think it was literally called Coneheads. Burnt Peanut is probably best described as a weird tuber. It's food tuber. Like despite his protests otherwise, he is a VTuber, you know. It's one of those things where it's like the I'm not a furry bot. It's like you're a fucking furry. It's just like you don't want to associate yourself with a connotation. But like part of the reason why there's still that connotation is because people don't associate with it, even when it's objectively like a relevant descriptor. You know? It's like, oh, the VTuber community is so weird and it's anime and yada yada. It's like all the stereotypes. It's like the reason the stereotypes are there is because people, you know, even though it's like not even remotely that weird of an activity, it's people are weirdly like hostile towards the concept of being associated in this space. It's kind of weird. There's a difference between VTuber and BoobTuber. Here. Some people are just furry adjacent, some people are just furries in denials. Furries in denial. I'm a BoobTuber because my shirtless stream. Is that the qualifying thing? Because if so, I technically also qualify. I wish I was a BoobTuber. Dallas, you could be a BoobTuber. You could. You could do it. I think you literally do it on some days. Now the urge to bong and slap everyone that looks at them is too strong. Don't you beg for money from emotionally? I mean, okay, here's the thing. Like, I don't have any issues with any, anyone out there who uses their body for, representation. Sex work is valid work. I think the bigger issue in my mind is like I have less of an issue with like the streamers that like use their body than I do like people who use their platform for hate. You know? It's like qualified boopers. I mean, I honestly I have no issue with that. Like that structure. Because it's ultimately just like it is it cynical to like recognize like if you have an attractive body? All right, Mr. Goobert, I'm gonna get myself some food. I hunger. Understandable. Hopefully get some good noms. Is it cynical to use your body to like, financially support yourself? Yes, but also I would argue that like capitalism is intrinsically cynical. Let's see. It's like there's a fascinating conversation to be had about like the nature of like art and capitalism and how the two are like very much at odds perpetually. Okay, you don't really have eyebrows. You just have like an eyebrows like feature. Here. No, looks are temporary. If you build your representation around looks, it will fade with time. Just look at Caseytron. I mean, that's fair. In my mind, it's like an advertising thing. It's like appearance is primarily advertising. If you can back it up with like something like insightful or like genuinely like appealing from the content perspective, then like that's the ideal. But like that having been said, like if you're going to cash in, I don't have any intrinsic property with the idea of cashing in on the looks while you got them. Just so long as you don't like, as long as you like understand that like as long as you're like not like bragging about like, oh, woe is the woe is me. I'll allow that for now. Michelle looks lip and she smokes weeds and calls everyone incel. I mean, that's okay. Like I think that's like the break point. Is like in my mind, I'm like, if you're using your looks to cash in and like make a living, understandable. Just build up a savings and then like once inevitably the age catches up with you, just ride your way into the merry sunset. I think the instant where like it becomes something that's an expectation rather than like it's like, oh, like once your looks slip and the numbers start dropping, I think like if you do anything that's to the effect of like, oh, like everyone was here just for my body, it's like, well, they kind of always were. Like that's if you didn't put any effort into like making yourself appealing or interesting in another way, then like you kind of can't really blame them. I'm not liking this so far. I hate that my art style is so deeply inconsistent. Here. Smart to cultivate a part of your viewer base that's there for you as a person, not your body. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like that's the sauce. Is like you gotta recognize that like there are intrinsically gonna be people who are there just to goon. I would argue that like once you reach a certain size of viewership, it intrinsically someone there is like once you hit like 4 digits, someone is there because they think you're hot. Like it just statistically speaking, you know. I think like but whether you choose to like let that be your brand or not, I think is like kind of the differentiation point. Here. And like insofar as that like that is the case, I can understand and agree like why you have that frustration. I think the big thing is just like recognizing that very few people are actually that like shallow. You know, I tend to be the kind of person where like I don't necessarily give the benefit of the doubt like super hard, but I do try my best to like authentically engage with like where people are coming from, like when they do try to share an opinion. Even if I like disagree with the like underlying structure of it, I still like, you know, it's better to like engage authentically with what they're saying rather than what you think they're saying. That having been said, when someone's entire like personality is like one note, like, you know. I feel like there's just like the fundamental like there is a vapidness in like the content creation sphere. There is a fundamental vacuousness to some people in this sphere. I think in part because it's you know it's the idea of like, you know, once you grow famous you stop growing as a person, like that's a measurable thing. It's like that's why like a lot of like child actors end up being like deeply emotionally imbalanced people, is because they got famous as a kid, which means they never had to grow up, and then as soon as they stop being famous, you know, it like the life falls apart because they've built their entire, you know, life around the idea that they would always be famous despite how fleeting it is. And so like a lot of them end up going on like, you know, they get you know the idea of like, oh, the as much as it's a stereotype, like the child, you know, actor turned alcoholic is like a very real stereotype for a reason. And child actors are often treated horribly even by abuse standards. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, learning ex post facto like what was happening with Britney does like, because like growing up, like Britney Spears was very much the butt of a lot of jokes. Welcome on, Shannon. Glad to have you, sweet bean. And then like learning that like she had a really fucking bad home life with like an abusive parent was like also holy shit. Let's see. I'm giving you a slightly different angle. I think that's the thing. It's like I have to give Sorrel a slightly different angle by nature of the fact that like your design is so vertical. Britney Spears was the gateway to Pepsi addiction for me. I don't regret it. How was did she do like a Pepsi advertisement at some point? The wax, the face of it. Oh, she was the face of it. I did not realize that Britney Spears was the face of Pepsi. I didn't pay much attention to celebrities, so I have zero clue what's being talked about. I mean, the big thing is, like, I don't either, but, like, Britney is very much a queer icon. The big thing was that she was basically, like, she was basically kept under, like, guardianship by, you know, like, even though she was making, like, money as a pop star, it ended up basically all being squandered by her parents, who claimed her, like, that she still needed permanent guardianship. There was an entire movement, like, a while back of, like, getting her, liberated isn't the right term. Emancipated. Because it is wild, like, you know, the shit the parents will do. I hope she's doing better now, though. There was this one interviewer who kept asking if she liked Coke in the context of soda to make her sound like she did the drug. Man, fuck that guy. Permanent guardianship, even as a functional, self-sufficient adult? Yeah. Again, like, so I'm not a lawyer. I don't necessarily know, like, like, you know, the specific wording actually does matter. But, like, I think the central idea was basically that, like, she was considered unable to take care of herself. And so she ended up basically being under permanent guardianship of, like, her parents. Or, like, I think specifically her dad. It was like a full thing. Like, you know, it ended up, like, revealing a substantial, like, history of abuse, which, you know, with the knowledge of, like, how she was very much bullied by, like, the general populace, ends up making the early 2000s Britney Spears story is a little bit more kind of grotesque. Welcome on, Mooney. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. How do you enforce that on someone with so much money? Because she was under legal guardianship, they controlled the money.
What does this
Let's see.
button do? Please, please, do not push the button. You have no idea what it...
Shake a margarita or an apple teeny. Tell me where I can put my weenie. Show me where your piss from. Show me where your piss...
I hate how much I still fucking laugh at that cut. The cut, because it actually, he, like, the full video does, like, actually end with, like, show me where you piss. But, like, I was, when I was adding it, I accidentally, like, set the length too short, and so now it just cuts halfway through the piss. And it makes me laugh every fucking time. Show me where you piss from. Show me where you piss. It is funny, to some degree, all the NECA Mario stuff has made me realize that I am very capable of doing, like, a kind of a grouchy voice without fucking up my throat. Okay. Here. Actually, this might be a fine shape, because I do need to add the tail still. So what if I just, like... No. Because I still need to leave myself room for the Pete's. Alright, movie over. I think yeah, this is backup queue. So here, let me go and put on my own personal playlist. There we go. That's a banger. I love Bear Ghost. The fact that like this is I call this horror rock because it's definitely like it very much is the like ideal like combination of like horror movie music. Surrounded by a fog of marching death, delicious the riches that miss in our head. The region of mankind. Lucky for you, you're the next one in line. I'm necromancing, everyone's dancing. No one can stop me, I dare you to try. All right. Okay, got kind of like a diamond-shaped tail. Spirited, vibrant subjugation. Okay, I like this, but I think I need to move the... I still need to, like, I need to round it out a little bit. You're all the same. Let's see. There we go. Okay, stereotype for shark and moth furries. I feel like those are like relatively rare to the point where it's like once it reaches like a critical like a critical point, there's so few that it ends up like not being like, they're like as soon as like I am unable to think of like an example of like someone who has that persona off the top of my head, it starts reaching like, okay. They're into whatever they want to be. Hold up, how big a talons you got going on? Okay, actually not that big, all things considered, but they're definitely like more curved down. As far as aquatic furries, I know they're mostly sharks and orcas, not gonna lie. I mean, that's fair. I can't think of anything off the top of my head for, like, sharks as a collective, though. There we go. Something kind of like that. You know what's fucked up? Horse furries, very popular at ARP, zero horse furry streamers. I mean, I think that's in part because something joke. They would probably need to stream on Picardo exclusively. Long dongness. Long. Biggest dickus. Is there something funny about biggest dickus? Sharks are just turned into dogs with a shark tail. Honestly, you're not necessarily even wrong. I feel like a lot of like sharks end up just being like dogs, but with scales. What are circles then? Yeah, the stereotype of them is cheese. Fiona Moray streams. I don't know what you mean, no horse streamers. Cheese. Also, I to some degree, like, it's changing in recent years, but I do know that there's, like, something of the stereotype of, like, circles, like, being kind of problematic. It's hearsay, but, like, I think there was, like, there have been a couple of people with circle sodas that are, like, super problematic. What? Yeah, this is coming from people who have circle sonas where they're like the reason I held off on like turning my sona into a circle is because of the like it's got problematic connotations, and I don't know what that is, and I'll be honest with you, I do not care. Horse girls are mainstream. You're not wrong. This is like cowardice, leaving behind an entire species because of a few idiots is dumb. Like I said, I don't know the specifics, and I'll be honest with you, I do not particularly care. It's just like what I've heard. So I don't know if it's like a structural, like the person who invented the open, you know, like the person who invented like the open species of circles is like an asshole, or like if it's like there's just like a critical density of people who, you know, are assholes and happen to associate with the same species where it like earned a negative connotation. Either way, it's like, you know. I personally don't like to be a species that someone owns slash is credited of creating. Makes it feel weird. That's fair. I can understand because, like, you know, the what's the example, the protogen. Like protogen are like kind of like a runoff. They're like one of those species that like I feel like they end up becoming more popular than the Primogen, which was the thing that they were like supposed to be like the open source version of. In part because I feel like protogen are just like a more interesting design space. Actually reminds me, closed species are dumb. If you don't want your species to be copied, don't upload it with a paywall. Again, that's one of those things where I'm like, it's by nature of like the fact that we live in a capitalist society, where I'm like, it is weird. I also understand kind of where it's coming from. It's not to say that they're justified in their actions at all, but more just like, there's like that understanding of like, yeah, we really do we really do be living in a world. It's more like, I view that less of a personal feeling, so just a systemic failing. Check DMs for an eye break if you need it. I think I'm good. I think I'm vibing. Here.
Rats, rats, where the rats?
What's up, Crisp?
If you need an eye break, I'm pretty sure at least one chat member here would be happy to lick your eyeballs.
That's horrifying. Never say that again. Also, bass credit song for my Death remix. I actually have no. I feel like there's like some story behind this like specific the like this specific tune, because I definitely have heard a bunch of remixes of it. The energy of it was very reminiscent for me of like
Rats,
It Stars in Time.
where the rats?
You said never say it again, but I'm going to say it again to cause you pain. If you need an eye break, I'm pretty sure at least one chat member here would be happy to lick your
I'm very
eyeballs.
tempted to time you out. Pull it back just a bit. pull the gremlin back just a bit. Welcome on in, Big Al Lux. Right, let it be, sweet bean. Okay, Angela, I appreciate it. Well, can we shout out for Big Al Luxury? How you doing, you sweet bean? Starky never lets me lick his eyeballs. I don't know why I added eyes to that. Eyes to that word. I hate the fact that I laughed. God damn it. God damn it. I don't know how you fucking zeroed in on my sense of humor, but I hate it. What's going on, though, Big Al? How you doing, sweet bean? Here, I drew a foot that I'm happy with. I'm gonna copy it. There we go. Let's see. It would be like this way, wouldn't it? Oh, think of the hydrate, Sorrel. And the stretch. Actually, since you're around, would you mind giving me some your thoughts so far? Here, let me zoom out and hide the how's this looking? Is there anything you want changed so far? I know I need to add the glasses yet. But in terms of like the general shape. Okay, well, All right, what are we adding? This fucking... Wow, this is awful. All right, we're gonna do a fucking Sheldon up in the goddamn corner. There we go. But yeah, I think so far it's looking pretty all right. If there's ever anything that like you want me to modify, do let me know. I am very open to very receptive to feedback and changes in the sketching phase. They perhaps go too far. No, you're fine. I am playing it up for the bit, but also, you know. I can already tell you that the person who made this did not have any patience.
We're the rats.
What's up, Chris?
I actually witnessed the evolution of the original song into its own remix microcosm. It started with the first song having an interesting name and just sounding good, then people picked it up to try and make it sound more triumphant like it's a last stand instead of its title. Then it kept splitting off and getting mixed with the various major online fandoms. Think Undertale, Deltarune, etc. Then Richard EEB made a metal remix of it and brought it to thousands more, which means more remixes.
Huh, interesting. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Thank you for the save reminder. Na 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 katamari damashi. Na 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 katamari damashi. All right. Oh, that one hurt. That bazinga hurt. I was about to say a thing and that one, I don't know why that would hurt so much, but it did. Okay, so they're bifocals. Is that no, bifocals isn't the correct term there. Reading glasses? Reading glasses. I would love to Monokuma to roll a Katamari. Ooh, new Borb? Yeah! And Monokuma, king of all cosmos. Fucking haunting. Na 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 na. Katamari Damashi. There, so. I want to see Monokuma replace the Taxman in Repo. Monokuma would create, like, a Repo situation. Absolutely. Like, that's not even, like, that's not subtext, that's just text. Oh no, they're fucking with the audio. They added reverb. Why are the fire alarm noise always getting me laughing? Because it's actual, it's genuinely like a well-known voice actor was making that sound. Actual like well-respected voice actor, you know, like had no fucking direction to work with. Made that fucking audio. Like that's what he sounded like. I will never get over how garbage Engage is. I will never emotionally recover from it. The reminder that Fire Emblem's lore and story are fucked up. It depends on the Fire Emblem. Radiant Dawn's lore, pretty good. Path of Radiance lore, pretty good. Awakening lore, pretty good.
Wretch, wretch.
Shadows of Valencia, a little problematic.
Don't you mean you'll never emotionally recover from it, Bazinga?
I think you're overreacting. No, I actually, like, I still have some of those fucking, like, clips saved, because I wanted to extract the audio from them and turn them, like... Welcome on Sharky, go ahead you, sweet bean. They were the tier subscription for 50 months. Good God. Welcome to Lab Chat, glad to have you, sweet bean. Can we shout out for Sharky Chart? Enjoy the end reading the emotes. And by problematic, you mean the incest, right? I was talking about more the, like, general misogyny, but... Wait, Wait,
What does this button
I feel like I missed a very important note in the regards to Shadows of Valencia's lore. There's a wholesome button press. Pause, Moz, or Tails, cutie. Choose wisely. You may only pick one. I think between those three, Tails. Between those three, Tails. If I put them in a ranked order, it would be Tails number 1, Pause number 2, Moz number 3. But all of them are good. Would you like to add another option? That's a good question, actually. I feel like ears. I feel like ears are like an underrepresented thing in the furry community. I didn't know Fire Emblem had misogyny, but it sounds about right. Do you want to change your choice to ears or keep Tails? I think I'll keep Tails. I understand the debate, I'm just floof maxing. Okay, thank you, no problem. I have no idea what this is for. Ears, also known as the fuzzy handlebar counterpart to horns. I was thinking just more like I feel like they're like a like intrinsic to the furry community, we don't necessarily get the same level of attention. It's always like the pause versus... Shut the fuck up, Sheldon. It's always the pause versus Moz, but like, you know... There's so much to the space that I feel like it kind of ends up getting, not flattened, but like, you know... The fact that, you know, it's this false dichotomy. It's because they rhyme. What about claws? Claws also deserve to be on that. Moz, paws, and claws. If Starkey Base Crow had to incorporate a feature from another species for a week, what would you add? Oh, that's easy. Like beans, like pop beans. That's like the major downside to bird. I feel like. What kind of claws? Claws as fingers or claws as in on fingers? You're like, I feel like that's a converse. But would the Borb have grippy talons? I know this song, but what is it from? Bowser's Inside Story. It's in the finale. Bowser time. Oh, right. It's a banger. It's like, it is a certified bop and a half. I love this song. Shimamura cooked with this song? Absolutely. I love Bowser's Inside Story as a kid. Gameplay was fun. Then I got soft locked. How'd you get soft locked? No clue, I just did. Interesting. There's one part in Bowser's Inside Story where you can get soft locked. Interesting. I'm trying to think of like where I would even like reasonably put that. Like if maybe like soft lock in Bowser's tummy. Or for whatever reason, my brain wants to say like the segment where you play as Luigi in the socket. It's a single spot midway through. Oh god, we're gonna have 2 silence butts? Oh, I'm gonna be in hell. Oh, Starky, welcome on, Amber. It's gotta be Sweet Bean. I return. Oh no, don't... I'll be honest with you, Sharky. It took me a while to realize that you were, like, actually into vor. I'm already bazinging Starky. I mean, we can have 2. We've had 2 at the same time before. I don't know why it took me so long, because I kept seeing pieces and I'm like, oh, that haha, funny joke, and then my brain was like, at what point does it stop being a joke? Alright, did you send it to me over Telegram? If you just, like, feel free to put it in the chat. I'm saying, but you can weaponize that? Yeah. Discord? This is 10 hours of silence. I'm 100% gonna forget about this. Well, we got both of these now. The board was looking good as far as wondering if you could make the top swooshier. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Also, I don't know why my messages aren't showing up in Twitch chat? Huh. Alright. I think I know what you're talking about. Here. Because, like, it is weird that your messages aren't showing up in chat. And now that I'm older, I realize that the person in charge of Bowser's Inside Story definitely had either a biology fetish, inflation fetish, or vor fetish. No, he had all of them. That's fair. I didn't make a point to get a lot of art of it until I found Blur. That's also fair. I feel like it was like the before and after. I'm gonna be in hell. I want you to understand the degree to which I'm in hell. Every fetish. All of them. I mean, the one that comes to mind for me was, when I think about Bowser's Inside Story, is the weight gain scene and the inflation power-ups. Plural. There are multiple inflation power-ups. Also, there is the weight gain special attack. Here. The request was made to make it swooshier. Excuse me, what? Oh. Also, nearly all the enemies you fight throughout the game. Also, like, one of the central inciting incident is is an affliction that hits the toads that makes them big and round. I don't need it. No, I don't need a cure for me. I don't need it. No, I don't need a cure for me. I mean, when a game takes place inside the body, the fetish stuff just kind of happens. It's very obvious. Yeah. I mean, but also, like, because that Bowser's Inside story is very much, like, it's Gen Z's... It is to Gen Z what, what's it called? Disney's Robin Hood is to, like, Gen X furries. Like, it is foundational text for the Gen Z furry fandom. Here. Care for me. Is that a little bit better? Here. Is that a little bit more like what you were looking for? I feel like I've caved your skull in. Here. Please, no cure for me. There we go. Is that a little bit better? Also, thank you, Ed, for the tier 1 subscription for 40 months. Enjoy the ending emotes, you sweet bean. Now I think about it, why does youth media have so many shows with episodes about inflation or weight gain? Don't forget the inevitable hypnosis episode that every fucking, like, children's television show had. So no more pooping and dinging Tuesdays. No more shitting. Yeah, is that a little bit better? Is that a little bit more like what you were looking for? Let's see. Oh wait, I think. Oh, hold up. I think I see kind of what you're getting at. Something a little bit more like this. I think it's kind of what you're suggesting. You have the dead. When he woke up drunk and handcuffed in a dirty double bed.
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats.
If you turn me blue, I'm basically Budley. Also, for some reason, it's only a chat that I can't send messages. COVID-26 cry.
That is weird. That is very, very bizarre. You're not, like, restricted here. Small independent Twitch small independent company. That is so weird. I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. Like, that is a... Because, like, you're not... I'm like, hold up. Here. Oh, shit. No, actually, I probably shouldn't put that on display on stream. Like, the Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo, Kirby, Bowser's Inside Story, etc. Yeah, like, it feels like every, like, children's show inevitably had, like, the kink thing. Here. I'm in hell. I hope you know that you've done this to me. Here. That's so bizarre. Yeah, you're not restricted or anything. It's just a weird, it's just like a weird Twitch issue. Would you be in hell with the silence but Fire Emblem noises? Absolutely. Here. It's probably more what I'm looking for. Let's see. I'm currently in the process of trying to figure out...
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats.
I'd say my least favorite version of the writer's fetish in a piece of kids' media is everything Dan Schneider made due to people actually being hurt from it.
Okay, that's looking a little bit, yeah. I'm starting to think that this kind of works. Daily, get your real nice off on the daily. They tell you things you want to hear, they say, well, how do you love? What would I do without ya? But at the end of the day, it's a game. So many mouths and them moving the same way. But you know where it goes. She's been moving so fast. I've been taking it slow, and change is the funniest thing you see. I'm not at the end of it. I'm not at the end of it.
Wretch, we're the wretch.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah, I like accentuating the crest feathers on top. Also, when does it say my last message was? 'Cause I was talking this stream and didn't see
Yeah,
any of my messages
you
show up in the
did.
chat box.
Okay. Like, it says that your last sent message was, like, at the beginning of stream, and I don't know why. Like, this is a Ghost Chris message. There's some weird Twitch issue going on where, like, Sorrel isn't able to connect, or, like, Sorrel isn't connecting to the Twitch chat properly. It's very, very bizarre. I'm, like, actually, like, very, very annoyed at Twitch, because, like, I've checked, and, like, you know. And, like, they're not showing, it's not even showing up in the rewards queue. That's the fucking wild thing. It's like, you've just been, like, disappeared from my stream. What the fuck? Oh, no, here it is. I like accentuated the crest feathers on top. Also, when does it say my last message was? Because I was talking to stream and it didn't see any of the text, my text message show up in the chat. It says the last time you sent a message was, that can't be right. 5:51? So yeah, like, literally when I started stream. You sent hi Starky and then Gringle Snaps heart emoji, or like emoticon. What the fuck? Twitch, fix your fucking platform, you goddamn creatures. Creature is derogatory as opposed to creature is positive. Actually, no, that's not fair. It's not fair to the creatures I know. Twitch twitched. I'm so sorry though, Sorrel. I'm gonna keep working on this. Feel free to keep sending, like, moderators, if there is because unfortunately this is, like, how we're gonna have to communicate. Feel free to refund any TTS that Sorrel sends in, because, like, that's currently the only way they can communicate, which is, like, you know.
Wretch, we're the wretch.
I thought I was getting ghosted, Limo.
No,
also,
no,
I can still speak from the grave. I have like 3k points left. Spout work.
I'm so sorry. I seriously, like, I've never seen this happen before. I don't know if it's, like, a weird, like, I don't know if it's my end or your end. Like, it's just one of those Twitch mysteries, man. I'm so sorry that you thought you were getting ghosted, because, like, I genuinely do want to try my best to make sure that you're, like, that you like the piece that you're making, or, like, the piece that I'm making for you. The board missile had no music? What? Oh my god. Everything is breaking! Here. I'm like, the unfortunate thing is, like, there's no way for me to, with Sorrel's shadow ban, turn off VPN and restart Twitch. That is, I've never seen someone get shadow banned on Twitch before. No, never mind. I have heard about it. Because, it happened to Lunar. Usually doing that aggressively fixes it for me. It happened to Lunar, because Lunar, Jame, and Hero all stream from the same place. So, like, Lunar got shadow banned, and it also affected Jame and, it affected Jame and Hero. Because, like, the three of them are, like, they have the same IP address, because they live in the same apartment. So like that is it might be the case where like you're getting IP banned, which is fucking annoying, presumably because it's part of like Twitch's like anti-bot thing. They're all roommates. They're not. I know the like a euphemism, like, oh my god, they were roommates. Like they're not actually like Lunar and
We're rats. We're the rats.
what's up?
It's just weird, cause I went into a different couple Twitch streams and my messages were showing up there. It's
That's-
just this stream specifically COVID-26 bonk.
That is very weird. Oh my god. The fucking the actually criminal timing on the here. Cause like I'm looking at the updated references that you sent me. Yeah. I think this looks a little bit better. I think accentuating. Okay, I'm being scanned. Me when I get scanned. Hold up. I think also part of it might be like if I do something like this, or like I kind of like, you know. It's just like, the shapes here are just like translating the triangle into circles. A little bit, you know, it's a little bit interesting. There's a little bit of funkiness going on. I'm gonna try my best though. Okay. I definitely like that. That looks a lot more like you. I might need to make yours just like a little bit more vertical. Oh my god. Welcome on into Gigantic. Let me just be a shout for Giganta. Cone into sphere is a slow way to describe it because that would be the ice cream on the cone. Yeah, if I grab you by this segment, I have ice cream borb. Hold borb gentle like ice cream. Yeah, this looks a lot better. Here. If I do something kind of like this, where like I imply the roundness. There we go. And then keep that so that way it's like clear that it's, you know, it's like a head crest. I don't like where the legs are though. I like that. Here. Yes, praise me. I'm always out, you know. I don't care if you got a praise kink or not. I'm always happy to praise friends. You're a very sweet Durg. I appreciate you, Giganta. Here. I will say, I think this is one of the more interesting designs to try and turn spherical. Here. Yeah, I think the decision to add like this, you know, the little like, you know, like that helps a lot. And like I think coming back at this with fresh eyes will also help a little bit when it comes to like, you know, like taking a day off and just like coming back to it with like renewed perspective. So it needs to be slightly bigger than the rear one. Is this the rich elitist come from Ray the Yeens Metopia Island? Welcome on in, Dirk. Let have you, sweet bean. Yes, it's me. Can you check for Dirk? I had a business trip to Boston this week. My condolences. That sounds extremely exhausting. You shaved? No, not the beard. No, hold up. I've gotten to the point where like even my mom is like, don't shave your beard. like my facial hair is now good enough where even my mom's like, nah, you don't gotta shave anymore. There we go. I thought it would have been a hot minute so we hit a bazinga. Here. I think because part of it's like we need to treat the glasses with perspective as well. Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, it doesn't quite look right. There's so much shit that goes in art. It's amazing that anyone makes anything in art. This shit hard as fuck. Been a hot minute, so I checked in. It's been a hot minute. You should still shave it to keep it looking good. Oh no, I trim it regularly. I shaved. I was gonna ask if you go to cons, and I think I remember your answer. Welcome on in, Roaring. Glad to have you, Roy Jace. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. the shut warp has been broken still for a hot minute. I will be going to AC. Welcome on in, Rev. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. How you holding up? What? I demand a refund? If one of the mods can give it. Can we show for Rev also if one of my mods is available? But how you holding up? I'm currently deep in the... Sir, you are a mod. I started something a bit silly. What were you working on? I mean, I am a mod. But I'm also doing art. I presume that one of my mods got it. Demon Slayer, we're going to AC this year. I also go to MFF for every year. I sent it to you in DMs. You MFF. Okay, I love this, like, these, like, rotating, like, you know... Wait, I missed you at MFF 23? I think that was the one year I wasn't able to go. Hold up. Oh, hold up, that's not the right... I've now devoured a lot of ramen. So you're creating, because I've seen this fucking thing. I've seen this like creature. I've seen other people draw their Sona as it, and it's very, very funny every time I do see it. I can't believe this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've been scammed. I've been making it as an emote. I mean, it's a very, very adorable emote. Also, let me keep an eye out for any messages from Sorrel. I am very sorry that we're having to deal with Twitch issues, though. Here. Looking good so far. Okay. Actually, hold up, because I think I see, like, how to kind of, how to blend this a little bit more. Is, like, almost, you know... something kind of like this. I'm only 30k away from VIP. I can't believe Starky and I have been missing each other by not going to cons. Remember I sent you a DM? What is this? Okay, a quick eye refresher real quick. Who is this? Is this like one guy? I was about to say, is this that one guy from Invincible? I've not seen Invincible, by the way. Give him horse mark. Oh yeah, Cecil from Okay, I don't know shit about I don't know anything about that specific series. So like I experienced something. An event has occurred. I don't know shit about Bazinga. I don't know shit about Bazinga either, to be fair. Here. I think if accentuate the crest feathers a little bit more. Like add, you know. There you go. Bazinga is Sheldon Cooper's catchphrase from The Big Bang Theory. I know that. Welcome on, Amori. Glad I get sweeping. Watch season 1 and then pretend it was one of those really promising shows that got canceled. I know the fandom, the fan base of it is like basically perpetually like crashing out. Hold up. Because I think something do somewhere like this. Something kind of like that. Show your love for Dr. Stone. TikTok, what the fuck are you talking about? Should have got my final grades today, but I'm still missing 2, and that makes me sad. I mean, hey, at least it's a good reminder that, you know, you're not the only one who's late on your assignments. Get a life. Question is like, do I like it a little bit more like this? Here, let me copy this onto here so that way, because I keep getting back to check it. All right, import image. It's definitely like a very particular head shape that I'm trying my best to cover. Okay, you go up to the top, but no, like I feel like every show that like I'm like, I feel like that happens a lot where it's like a really really good show, and then like you know as the seasons go on, it gets significantly worse until it crashes and burns at the finale. You know, see also Game of Thrones, you know, Stranger Things, to a lesser extent. What was the one? The Boys? It's like I feel like it's a recurrent thing where like some people get really really excited about a thing that was like only supposed to be one season, and then they like keep going, and then eventually you know something horrible happens, and the entire thing just turns into a huge shit show. Okay. Sid, welcome on in, Raiders. What are ya? For those that don't know, StarkyMorph being a chaos growing internet. Friday stream live every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST. Mostly play indie games over the last 2.5 years. We learned smart, so you're like, see, that's nothing stick around. Currently, we're working on a Borb. I'm turning Sorrel into a Borb, and Sorrel is suffering from being shadow banned, and specifically my chat. I don't know what the fuck's happening. It's very, very annoying. I wish Twitch would not do that. Digging you tunnel into your stream. How was Minna the Hollower? Did that drop today? Hey, Starky, but how are you doing, Sid? Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. We got the Twitch shout out for you. It did? Okay. The only thing I know about Mina the Hollower is that they released like a thing where they're like, here's all the ways we're helping you better understand doing a con for Sorrel. This is an orb. So this is this is the redeem we have where I turn you into an orb. Is that what I heard? I don't do commissions. I don't offer commissions yet. I feel like my style is too inconsistent. But like, I feel like I don't make things that are good, like consistent, like, you know. So I would feel bad because like I couldn't guarantee that like the thing that I make for you will be in the version of my style. That like you want wanted to. I guess to be fair, like I guess that is part of like the commission process is being like, oh, you know, like here's the changes that I would appreciate, etc. etc. Mina's a lot of fun. Came out today for the Shovel Knight devs. Yeah, I do like the advertisement they did where like the only like I saw it getting quote retweeted by a bunch of furries. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And it was like talking about a bunch of features they added to like make the game, you know, more intuitive. And they're like, number one, pit sweat. And I'm like, oh, no. There's you fools. You don't understand what you've done. And I was trying to think of like a way they could rephrase it. And I feel like you can't use the term sweat anymore. I feel like sweat intrinsically comes with horny connotation. Because I was like, what if they called it like chasm sweat? No, that's still kind of horny. It's like, Then I realized it's like, you know, I think sweat's the problem. I think that's transcended into like it just is a horny word now. Means a lot of fun. I should give it a try. I enjoyed Shovel Knight. To some degree, I don't think I enjoyed Shovel Knight nearly as much as some people did. I enjoyed Shovel Knight. I did not necessarily think the games were good enough to get like 17 sequels. That it's just the same game but with a different moveset. It's basically Zelda 2D with Dark Souls elements. Can you name what anime this is from? Because this is from an anime, and it's a fucking banger. It's a bit of an older one. Which I know is going to make some people be like, Starky, what the fuck are you talking about? That came out in oh. And then you look at the year that it was released. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. The people have put multiple hours of silence, but you got Yoda dying, we got the beep, and we got the Bazinga from Sheldon Cooper. Welcome on in Kilo. Good on you, Sweet Bean. How you holding up? Parries you. Parries your rock, sends it back. Gets invincibility, runs up. Whiffs the F strong, gets punished for it. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere in terms of like the general fluff and creatureiness. Let's see. I'm having a snack break from art. Understandable. It is important to keep your brain full of brain juice to do the arting with. Actually, hold on. Maybe something like this, and then I can kind of like bring the orb, you know, bring this like, you know, something kind of like that. I fucked up. I fucked up the way that the like you know, these spikes work. It's the bigger ones on the inside. It's kind of like the eyebrows. See. Dentro guardas felices van a muerte, sia. Gonna lurk to take care of a little headache. Glad I was able to read into you. For sure. Take care of yourself. I completely understand. You gotta live, you gotta lurk, you gotta go take care of yourself. Voy a luchar mi estrella. Voy a luchar mi estrella. Voy a luchar mi estrella. Chainsaw Man time. Yep, it's the salsa cover of Chainsaw Man's one's opening. Siempre deseo una vida simple. Deseo toda y poner deshacer a mi final. Dute tu corazón por dentro. Cuartas. Hold up, how did Did I get Discord pinged? Am I not in streamer mode? That's weird. That's bizarre. I feel like everything's breaking. I need to just take some. Oh, Ken, welcome on in, Raiders. Yeah. Pause the music real quick. Oh shit. We've almost gone nuclear. What were you up to? How's Minecraft? Be thinking I had a DM. Oh wait, shit. That's okay. That you guys can pick that. That's okay. We're gonna have to deal with whatever the fuck's going on with my computer. I might need to restart my PC after stream's over. Cause like there's some weird shit going on right now. Streamer mode enabled. Enables. Yeah, streamer mode's enabled. Why the fuck was the ping able to be heard? I'm frustrated with all the gatekeeping and necessary building this pack requires. That sounds about right for Minecraft mod packs. Currently, we are working on an orb. I'm turning Sorrel into an orb. Although, for whatever reason, Twitch has decided to shadow ban Sorrel specifically in my stream, which is just the most fucking frustrating shit imaginable. So I imagine especially for Sorrel, but like you know, Twitch, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is you doing? Playing Stoneblock 4. I have no idea what that is. I assume it's like an automation mod pack. I get quiet when there's no one else around. Me and her in an awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. Need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning shame. Listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. He's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Unto me confess your love, at least just like you say. That when I talk to you... Also, can we talk about how in the lyrics of this song, the lyric is, when I talk to you, Cupid comes right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. They use through twice. It's a story and building mod pack. You basically start in a small cave and have to build out and upgrade a world engine so you can eventually escape. Okay, interesting. Dun, dun, na, na, na. Na, 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 na. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, I do understand now the appeal of meowing songs. Oh, it's a girl to do. Lying next to staring into the moon. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Knees off my chest, I'm telling you today. Okay. Notice there's like also a lot of elbow fluff going on here. Bird becomes cat. I mean, I was considering a house cat for a little bit. That don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. Confessed I loved you. Just thinking of you. You know I loved you from the start. This is a Lydia the Bard song. She's a really like she's got really interesting lyrical chops I respect. Bruno, then you turned on me. And there we go. Actually, I should probably play the like because we've had a couple of songs sitting in the queue here. Ton of phrase, by the way. Yeah, let me go and put on the other song request for a bit.
I've done more testing. It looks like I can chat in streams that I'm VIP or subbed to. And otherwise I can't chat in any other streams.
Okay, then...
I think I did get shadow banned, but I'm only using my phone data to watch Twitch. Spout cry.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, if you can speak in chats where you're a mod or VIP, then you're definitely shadow banned. Hold up, okay, I can reach out to James because yeah, like that is something like you need to like I think you need to have like removed specifically from, which is it's frustrating as fuck, but like it you know, small independent Twitch company here. I'll send a text message real quick and I'll follow up with you afterwards. Because like it is very weird that Twitch just does this occasionally. This happened to me. It's fixed its on its own after a day, luckily. That's fair. So give it a day and then you didn't do anything like, because I think like Lunar and James had to like submit some kind of request. Because like it for them it was lasting a couple of days. Like worst case, if it doesn't fix itself by Monday, feel free to let me know. I'll reach out to James and like, you know, I can get it fixed for you. Or not fixed for you, but like I can give you the steps on how to get it fixed yourself. Welcome on, Ink Tiger. Go ahead, get Sweet Bean. Can we shout out for Ink Tiger? But no, like that is weird that Twitch just. I assume it's like part of, because I know they mentioned something about like taking more of a stance against bots, but like I presume that means that like if there's multiple accounts associated with a specific IP that they'll like shadow ban it, but it feels like a very, very weird way of doing that. I'll be honest. But also like Twitch making, you know, bad decisions? Never. Surely not. Hopefully the you know, a bot would never hope to be as cursed as the things I say. Here. Something kind of like that. How is this shape a little bit more closer to what you were thinking? It does suck that like we have this weird roundabout way of, you know, fixing things, but like, you know, at least we have an option for like still communicating that doesn't require me to like monitor Discord, because that is the backup plan, is to just be like, well, I'm just camping Discord now. I definitely know that this is too big here. There we go. Let's do a quick flip test. Okay. It's mostly good, but I think the face needs to be a little bit more centered. Flip the bird. We actually, you know what? We are, in fact, flipping the bird. I think we need to move the face closer to here. As I was looking at it, I'm like, that's not quite what I was... What the fuck is happening?
Wretch, wretch.
What the fuck is happening?
Wretch.
A bot could never match my freak, but yeah, the crest feathers are looking a lot better now.
Okay, perfect. That's the big thing. It's like, these are, like, I do want these to be special because I do, even if, like, it take forever to add them, I do want these represented on stream. So I want people to be happy with them. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Okay, this is starting to look respectable. Boom bum bum bum. Bum bum ba na 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 na. Bum bum ba na na na. Bum na 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 na. Here we go. Oh, hold up. I need to merge the layer now. Merge with the layer below. Perfect. Free transform. And then we just widen you a little bit. Da na 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 na. Okay. Okay. So looking at what I've got, in terms of the major design elements that I see, because this is also like a really good design like exercise, is like this to some degree. This is the like, you know, marketable plushie design exercise, where I take the like the design elements that are like central and like make the character recognizable, and I orbify them. It's a nice looking burb. Yeah, Sorrel. The Sorrel Sona is very, very cute. Let's see. Talons, hand talons. We got the extra feathers around the elbows. Let's see, the tail would cuddle. Yeah. We got the head shape. And... Okay. I think I've hit all of the key design elements, aside from the color aspect. You know, your son is very, very cute. To some degree, I feel like I do need to, you know. I feel like I can't do it justice in the current format, / like I don't have the skill necessary. Okay, let me try something and see how it looks. Is that better? I feel like this looks a little bit better here. If we move that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better to me. StarkyMorph. Welcome on in, say. You're glad I have you, Sweet Bean. I feel like I'm very close to having a lisp. I will say, I thought I had a lisp for the longest time, and then I recorded myself saying the letter, like, saying words with the letter S, and I realized I do not have a lisp. It made me feel a lot better. That recording session made me feel a lot better about thinking that I had a lisp, because I definitely don't. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I literally forgot. One of the 2 things I was supposed to do was disable raids. At least I think, maybe I forgot to? I think I got distracted. But, like, that's, you know, here. Worst case, I just, like, pop it up again. I did not disable raids. But how you doing, Sager? Happy Friday. How you holding up? I am. I feel that. I feel that deeply. Nowadays, to survive is enough. It is enough just to survive in the modern day and age. It shouldn't be. Things will improve. I genuinely believe that. This too will pass. But no, we're currently Orban. I think this is, it makes me very angry that this is the bar. Oh, for sure. To some degree, I'm like, I have to pick and choose where my anger, like, goes. Because, like, otherwise, you know, like, frustration burnout is, you know, I mean, yeah, but, like, if it makes you feel any better, currently, it seems like the AI bubble will pop sometime this summer. So, like, that's, you know, I was promised better shit. Like, yeah, our parents all lied to us. The older generation very much did. Ignore the pings of the...
Where the rats?
Tried to make this a poll, but it was too long, so chat, would you prefer having a cold one with the boys or a boy with the cold ones?
What does the boy with the cold ones entail? I don't like how there was, like, a haunting noise that happened when Crisp said that. Time to blow it all up and start over. Anyway, maybe time for another Grinky. Find the joy where you can. And, like, I probably need to say hi to you more often in DMs, even if it's just, like, you know. This is a time period where I wish I was able to do weed more. I'm currently enjoying these sour beers. Hell yeah. They're fruity and tangy. As time has gone on, I definitely have grown to, like, I don't like beer as much as I like other drinks, but I've grown to appreciate them. I think it's like you know, like because it almost hits me the same way now that, like, coffee does, where, like, for me, coffee isn't even bitter anymore. This is the actual clip from the actual honest to God clip from thanks, Yoda. Like a joy from a dead card game. You're gonna have to be more specific. We can't see it. No. You can't. Hold up. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it ends up being the... You're right, I would not. Where's Yoda? Legends of Runeterra. Oh yeah, you're right, that is a dead card game. Didn't they, like, wasn't there a cheating, like, from, like, one of the, like, most well-known cheaters? It's not Sajam, because that's the fighting game player. He played like Hearthstone. Is Runeterra exist in physical, right? Because I know there was like I'm not aware of that, at least in Legends of Runeterra. Because like I think there was a tournament and they like there was like a well-known cheater. Runeterra's a digital card game. Okay, I might be thinking of something different then. I hate that made me laugh. PvE mode is a lie, but we haven't got new champs in a year. It's okay. It's okay. Eventually they'll eventually Riot will be able to copy another thing that Valve does, and then it'll be a huge success. PvE is worse than Slay the Spire. It's worse Slay the Spire.
Rats. We're rats. We're the rats.
Starky, what do you call a train loaded with bubble gum? A choo-choo train.
Excellent. I feel like that's the major thing of like, you know. I feel like the only thing League has ever been particularly good at is has been like the marketing aspect of things. There we go. Just like a little bit of adjusting. I still watch the reveal of the Valve card game as the disappointment is iconic. I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. In part because, like, you know, Valve very much set themselves up to fail with that one. Because, like, they did, like, you know, they're like, oh, new game, like, you know, with the number of, like, extremely, like, you know, they've got a lot of, like, sequels, like a lot of games that people are really excited for them to make, and they just drop the ball on, like, you know, overhyping it. Better to try and fail, better to try and fail than not to try at all. I mean, yeah, but also, like, you know, I think the current thing is, like, outside of Valve, video game companies are really, really scared of releasing something that isn't an immediate success. Like, I think that's the thing where it's like, you know. Is this a dropout bit? Oh my god, no. I'm not doing this to everyone. This is from the episode where they specifically weren't allowed to make... They had to do everything entirely seriously. And they got the 3 most gremlin people in the fucking cast. Thank you for skipping it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the hours of silence over. We're free. We're free! I should try it out. I've heard good things about Vermintide too. What was the one that, like, they tried to, Back for Blood? Where it was, like, the original Left 4 Dead, devs? And to some degree, like, in doing so, they kind of revealed how much of, like, Valve's experience carried the original Left 4 Dead. No more Yoda CBT. Just biscuits, tea, and bread. Can't put my finger on it. Excuse me. Back 4 Blood was one of the biggest disappointments in gaming for me. I don't know, I didn't play it. I know in general it's widely regarded as being like a huge flop. Hold up. So I think if I do this... Also, I'm pretty sure that the person, like, this song is not related to, like, Undertale in any way. I know that, like, Muffet from Undertale was a backer character, so I think there's just someone out there that gets Spider-Girl-themed songs. And if they do exist, I respect that very deeply. Because, like, this feels like a song that's also about Muffet from Undertale. And I know that that's basically someone's OC.
Where the rats?
I wanted to say something off topic, but the lawsuit in Jason universe ruined Jason for me, as they turned him from a horror icon into a merch-first character. He is closer to a Sanrio character these days than a slasher killer these days, at least with new stuff.
Kind of spider girl, some kind of spider girl. All right. I don't believe in spiders. Spiders aren't real. Just like horses. Horses also aren't real. Thank God. Imagine if horses were real, man. That'd fucking suck. I think I'm funny. That's all that matters. I don't care if anyone else thinks I'm funny. I think I'm hilarious. Why is it called horsepower if horses aren't real? Do you think you're funny? I feel like that's the kind of thing. It's an imaginary unit. It's like, because like a horsepower, if horses were real, it's like horses, these hypothetical mythical creatures, horses, produce more than a single horsepower of power. Lie to all, even yourself. So like, what the fuck's the point of the horsepower? It's just a fucking made-up unit. The vibes are rancid. What's the point of a foot? Everyone's foot is a different size estimate. Exactly. That's why furries are so insistent on comparing them and inspecting each other's feet, right? It's that way we can try to create a measurement system and not for any other particular reason. With a fucking standard? Exactly. Unafraid. And definitely not because it's the most common fetish. Is it really? I guess to be fair, it's like, you know. I guess it probably is like the most common kink. I don't know. I'm too ace to understand like non-kink sex. It just holds no it holds no power over me. It holds no sway here. And on a scale of Fire Emblem Awakening character, Digimon character, how freakishly large would you say your feet are? I feel like Starky's got like relatively normal sized feet. In real life, I've got like size 13s, which like, you know, is large, but also like is kind of like, you know, it like ends up like keeping pace with my obnoxiously large everything else, like in terms of my existence. There's no foot fetish in the furry fandom. Definitely not. There is no foot fetish in the furry fandom. I generally don't get the existence of a foot fetish. It's just a foot. I mean, okay. The explanation I've heard, obscenely large everything else you say. Yeah, I'm like, what happens if you scale a human up by like 150%? But in fact, I don't have feet, just nubs at the bottom of my legs. The what I've heard, and you know, this is one of those things where I'm like, I'm sure that this isn't correct, is like the idea that like the part of your brain that handles how your feet interact, like they handle like controlling the finer detailed movement of feet, is near the part of your brain that also handles like sexual interest. So it ends up being like a cross wire situation. I feel like that doesn't strike me as being reasonable. in my mind, it's very much like it probably like originates in like to some degree in like, you know, the same sub-dom dynamics that like the rest of kink is oriented towards. Within is our animal sin. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I know I moved that, but like I need to just shuffle it over just a little bit. We're gonna raise hell instead. This is why I could never do traditional art. I fuck up shit like this way too often to like make any sort of meaningful progress when it comes to traditional art. Yeah, okay. I'm actually really proud with how this turned out. Because like this is a very, very specific design that like there's a lot of things that like, you know, like I feel like there's a lot of things that can go wrong when like adapting this to like a different form. Fun fact, Starky keeps a backup pair of goggles in case someone tries to steal them. Exactly. That brain explanation sounds completely infeasible. Oh, I believe it. I agree that it does feel like incorrect. But like I haven't heard necessarily an alternative that would reasonably, you know. It's one of those things where like I think that there is like, you know, humans didn't evolve with soap. So like I feel like there is an amount of like genuine yearning for like, you know, not necessarily like super smelly human smell, but like there is like a yearning for that like kind of pheromone based response. And like feet just happen to be one of the areas where like that can collect without like, you know. And then of course, as aforementioned, the sub-dom dynamics. There's no foot deodorant. Of course, this also supposes that we know anything about like the way that the brain actually works when it comes to like sexuality, and that's its own fucking complicated, you know, can of worms. We listened to a remix of this earlier, so this is a banger. But also, Daddy Daddy Do. The song is literally called Daddy Daddy Do. I remember if humans are actually capable of processing or even detecting pheromones. We absolutely are. There's no, it's foot deodorant, not food deodorant. You Philistine. But no, like humans absolutely have like pheromone-based responses. Like measurably so. But like, it's one of those, you know, for good reason, you know, there is an expectation that you don't smell like, you know, BO around in common spaces. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I think the tail probably, you know, here. Fug. I probably should open that up. I should open that up because, like, you know, my mods being the only ones that can add shit does mean that it's like ends up being more restricted. I really should make that like a general command. I guess like my big concern is someone like adds like a slur or some shit and I have to go in and edit it myself, but it's actually not that big of a deal now ever since I moved over to Mixed Up Bot. when I was working with Stream Elements, it was like slightly more of a pain in the ass because like it didn't have a search feature. We now have two quotes referencing food deodorant. Did I call you an imbecile? I won't lie, I blacked out. I blacked out for a moment. You call me a Philistine? Oh. I mean, that's also true. Daddy-daddy-do. Which is also the name of the best No More Hero song. If memory serves, Philistine is like an insult in regards to someone who doesn't understand or appreciate art. I think that's the aspect of it that's supposed to be an insult, and part of why I use it so much. Akira. Here, let's free transform you a little bit just to make sure we're using all of the space we have here. I like using the entire canvas for these orbs. Hold up. Do you actually have like separate wings? Okay, no, you got interesting. You got the talon hands, but no bespoke wings. I guess to be fair, that is closer to how like if birds did like, you know, turn into anthropomorphic creatures, they probably wouldn't have like the separate set of wings, because that means they would have to have backpacks. So all billionaires and people who support AI are Philistines due to their blatant disrespect to culture and art? Absolutely. Perhaps it has to do with the permanence of feet as a highly tactile yet strong body part. Ever capable of detecting unusual things such as others' feats as you hold your mate to sleep, then now I might be romanticizing in an attempt to understand it. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing... Okay, so it's just the jawline. Oh, nope, I see. I was like, it feels like there's something here that should fill in the space. I was right.
Yeah, I didn't want back wings, but I almost went with wing arms.
Yeah, you got the fwingers. But no. I'll go ahead and, like, you know, after stream, I'll send you the, you know, the rough sketch, and then, you know, get any, like, remaining thoughts, you know, do the, and then I'll, like, next time I stream, I'll probably just, like, you know, because, like, the lining for this actually probably won't take nearly that long. I feel like the sketches for these always end up being the thing that I, you know.
Where the rats?
Fun fact, Starky has to starty the machine that starkly reduces sharply the chances to TF into StarkyMorph.
Has to starty the machine that starkly reduces... What are you talking... Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? Poking fun at your name? How dare you? I'll kill you. I'll kill you. There we go. I said it in the funny way, where it makes me sound like I'm Fiddlesticks is his name. Because if you do it while inhaling, it becomes funny instead of like a meaningful threat that might get me in trouble, legally speaking. You really can't romanticize anything, huh? Now that I get people mean when they tell you to romanticize the little things in life. Gosh, don't you just love it when you're like snuggled up with your
Rats. Where the rats?
Bazinga.
Don't you just love it when you're snuggled up with your partner in bed, and then you interlock legs with them, and then you interlock toes with them, and you hold feet, Isn't that so romantic? I, I was almost able to clinch it. I was almost able to clinch saying the dumb shit, and then he gently whispers, "Bazinga." I've never been more flaccid from my life due to a description. That hurts almost as much as foot burger. Didn't the Burger King foot lettuce guy die? What? Yeah, no? Did he not? Like the not the guy who said number 15 Burger King foot lettuce, but the guy who did the foot lettuce. Something happened to him. He was in the news recently for something. It's a myth, I think. Okay. I swear to God, like we had this entire conversation, and I was like, wait, nukes or like chills, and they're like, no, not him. The guy who did the foot lettuce. Wild sentence, I know. I love the number of fucking inane sentences that I have said because of stream. You guys really bring the blurst out of me. I went to furry art with this feet in the buns. My eyes legit bouncing off the image because I couldn't look at it. Let me check the actual Wikipedia. The Burger King foot lettuce guy has the actual Wikipedia page? I don't know why I'm surprised by this information, but I am. Burger King fuck off. Well, now I need to click on it. Now I need to experience Burger King foot lettuce. Wait, do we not know the Burger King foot lettuce guy's name even? I thought we knew his name. Fascinating. Fascinating. That there is a is Starky Mind saying, oh no, I'm not saying that. Not shocked the ordeal occurred in Ohio. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out from everything I know. But no, I think this looks relatively cute. So we'll go ahead and stop it here. Well, not, here. Exports, single PNG. Swirl rough sketch. Okay, perfect. Let's see who's live, because I think we're wrapping up here. What if we just say like some inane shit that's just like, hey Alexa, strunk. Me and Pam strunk. Let's see. Okay, I'll keep this open for now, just because I'm like, I want to make sure that I have the I can redline it a little bit for any feedback I get. But no.
Where the
What's up, Chris?
Alexa, buy a 12-pack of toilet paper.
I mean, that's just good business. That always staying on top of your toilet paper existence. Let's see. Oh no. Marsha's playing Tomodachi Life and another person fell in love with Chase. That's so fucking funny. I don't know what it is, but on Marsha's island, Chase Hunter is just cursed to have everyone fall in love with him. It's unironic. It's literally the thing that they have going on for what's it called? Echo. If you were here for the Echo streams, you know the immediate like, oh god response. Okay, I'm looking to see if there's anyone I want to see. We ran into a Thunderfang member yesterday with Poppin. I'm looking. I'm stalking. But baby girl, what's up, Crisp?
Thanks for the stream, and hopefully I'll be able to talk next stream.
Of course. And if you aren't able to, I will put off the lining until Friday. I will work on the other thing. I appreciate your patience, and I'm sorry for, not being able to, like respond to what you were probably typing in chat the entire time, and I'm as frustrated with Twitch as you are. Probably less so, but like to some degree, with a percentage of as frustrated. But here, let me go and start the raid. We're gonna raid over to we're gonna go over to Waffles. Waffles is doing a partner push, so you know what? Let's go help Durg. Let's go help Durg friend. A struggle for Waffles. But if this is your first time here, I'm StarkyMorph, Big A Chaos Growing Internet, ready to stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST. I need to stop saying the time because it never ends up being consistent. But no, if you like to stay up to date with the streaming, including when I'll be going live, Blue Sky is the place to be. I post art that I make, art that I get commissioned, general ramblings. I need to be better about reposting art that I get commissioned because I have a lot of that saved up. We got the YouTube like the catch up on the VODs there. See what all is going on there. We got the art. All the way back to the very beginning, from the first thing I ever drew with this tablet, which, Jesus fucking Christ, I've grown a lot as an artist since then. But also, the Danganronpa streams are also posted up on there. We got a Discord if you like to pop in there, set out Sweet Beans, see the Curse Come to Sweet Beans post. And we got a coffee sponsorship. If you'd like to pick up some coffee from Dragon Roast Coffee, help support the stream, help support the channel. Get yourself some really high quality coffee. Discount code StarkyMorph. I need to pick up some more coffee from there myself. I'm currently like StarkyMorph 2.0 when I hit partner. Clip it or I won't believe you. I never said this. I'm lying. But no, I love you guys to bits. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for always being down to chill and just yap and art, and all the good stuff. I love you guys so much. I'll see you on Monday where we'll be working on art. Have a wonderful weekend and see you then. Bye.